Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for July 25, 2022, the Vince McMahon Retires edition. We begin with that story from the New York Times. Vince McMahon, longtime chairman and chief executive of the World Wrestling Entertainment Group, or WWE, announced on Friday he had retired, stepping down from both posts while the company investigated allegations of misconduct. His daughter is going to take over. The Wall Street Journal reported in June that the board of WWE had been looking into McMahon since April regarding a $3 million settlement he agreed to pay to an employee who is said to have an affair. Turns out he had a few more as well, and so he's decided to step down. Next up, from Reuters, Uber admits it covered up its 2016 hacking, but was able to skate on criminal prosecution from the U.S. government. It entered into a non-prosecution agreement admitting that its personnel failed to report the 2016 hacking to the FTC. Uber waited over a year to make the report, and the FTC's representative said the decision to not criminally charge Uber reflected the new management's prompt investigation and disclosures. Its 2018 agreement with the FTC to maintain a comprehensive privacy program for 20 years. So Uber skates on a criminal prosecution, but enters into an NPA. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, Mingy Sun reported, founder of MyBitcoin convicted of crypto fraud. A New York man has been convicted of defrauding investors of more than $6 million by marketing and selling the fraudulent virtual currency. The verdict was returned last week against Randall Carter. He was convicted of 4 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, and 1 count of operating an unlicensed money transmission business. So more damaging news for crypto, given the both collapse of cryptocurrency and now the SEC alleging that crypto, when used as an investment, is an unregistered securities. You can see where this is going, and things are only going to get more difficult for the crypto world. And finally, we had another retirement, although non-voluntary, as Herbert Diess, Volkswagen's CEO, is stepping down. He helped restore Volkswagen's reputation after the disastrous diesel emissions fraud scandal and from earlier last decade, and he brought the company into the electric age. He resigned unexpectedly Friday after a tenure marked by friction with the company's powerful labor union. His abrupt resignation at this juncture is going to certainly raise fresh questions about not only the company's convoluted governance structure, which is an uneasy balance of power among labor representatives, local government, and descendants of the founder of the company, Ferdinand Porsche. So, VW in the news again. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.